Hi everyone, welcome back to Patching with the Patch Sisters. Nikki and I have been patching with LifeWave patches since 2012, and we're here to share with you how to patch most effectively based on our past experiences as well as common sense patching. So as you're watching our program, if you have patching points that has been successful for you that we haven't talked about, please be sure to share it in the comments. And if you enjoy our segments, please be sure to like us, subscribe, and share our videos with your friends and family. Now, today we're going to share how to patch for better breathing. You know, there's many reasons as to why we can't breathe very well. In Nikki's case, because she works out, she knows how it is not to be able to breathe well because you forget to breathe while you're working out. I thought it was a natural thing, but apparently sometimes you got to do it manually. So Nikki will explain to you how to, force yourself to breathe manually so you don't die from not breathing while you're working out. Now, the second way is, you might have congestion, from flus, and, being able to breathe better through your sinuses is also part of better breathing. So if you have sinus issues or congestion in your chest, we'll share with you how to better patch for that. And if you're taking, medications or have health challenges, obviously you're going to, still be in communication with your doctors about it. But we do have ways of patching to help you, reduce some of the symptoms so that you can actually breathe a little bit easier. So I'm going to go ahead and pass this on to Nikki at this point because she is the PowerPoint girl. Pictures at the back. So Nikki, please take over and share with us where we, how we can start breathing. You can start off by telling us how you can breathe better while you're working out.
Okay. Yep. So breathing, like Julian said, I thought it is naturally. Your body's supposed to just know how to breathe. But then when
most
it comes
of us do naturally.
until you go to the gym, you exercise, and especially when you have a coach and telling you what to do, and you're just trying to catch up, doing all kinds of different activities, and into about maybe 5 minutes, then I realize I'm feeling a little bit lightheaded and I'm not breathing. Okay, let me tell you a fun experience that we had a few years back. I was excited about biking, and we signed up for this 10K biking, not 10K, I think it's a 10 miles bike. Anyway, it was with the downtown.
A long way.
I got so excited. I lined up in the front and then just ready to bike when everybody else did. And into about 5 minutes, I pulled over. I started catching my breath. And then I started to throw up because there's no air in my system. So Larry had to tell me, breathe, Nikki, breathe, breathe, breathe. Okay. So the first thing about breathing, okay, is to practice breathing. Okay? Before we talk about
be conscious.
Yes.
Of your lungs, your ability. Okay, got it.
So before we even go into talk about the patches, we need to learn how to breathe. In your nose, out your mouth. Okay. So that's how I learned how to breathe, and I had to do that every single time when I go to the gym to remind myself, Nikki, breathe, breathe. And then out of my mouth. Okay, so that's the step number one. And number two, and I learned this last week from one of our trainers that a company hired to give us some coaching. His name is Vin Zhang, and he talks about how you need to practice your voice. Your voice is your instrument, and your voice is actually connected to your lung. So you need to learn how to breathe, and you need to learn how to do lip flutter. Okay, he said, you need to practice lip flutter. And then I was watching him. It's actually very cute. It's kind of go all connected together. You know how you go, you breathe in and then you use your lip. You go, you have to just, how your lips is sound like they're like this. So you go. Okay, and actually that helps. So I've been doing that, and then they said, "Okay, Nickie, get away.
Okay.
Water's just everywhere in front of your monitors. Go away, go
Yes.
away."
Let's just also practice safe, clean, without spitting. Okay. All right. Don't do what the babies do, like all over. Okay.
Hey, but that's the good thing, nowadays that everybody have to put on this face mask. So it's fine, he gave me a face mask and he said, "Okay, here, cover yourself, cover up, and then now you can do underneath the mask, and then it actually has two advantages. Number one is that, I don't spit everywhere. Number two, I don't have to look funny.
Just sound funny. I got it. I got it.
Okay, so besides that, let's talk about the patch. Behind me, as you can see, we have different patches that you can use. Number one, X39. X39 is our go-to patch. It's good for almost everything. Try with X39. That is the easiest way to patch. When it comes to patching or in anything in life, there is always a easy way and a difficult way. Which route do we want to choose? Personally, I will select X39, give that a try first. If it doesn't work, then we can try other patches. So where do you use a patch for X39? Behind your neck, in front, on your chest, anywhere, just put it on, and then, inhale and then see how you breathe, okay?
Yeah,
Besides
inhale. Consciously, inhale.
Yes. Consciously, that's the key. Okay.
Consciously.
Yes. And then of course you have the energy. Last week we talked a little bit about energies for stress, and it's also have to do with breathing as well. So energies, lung point, just right on your chest. Okay. If you want to learn more about different points to patch, look up the meridian, the lung meridian. They start from your lung and it go out to your fingers. So look it up. You can patch at different points. It's actually very good. But just make it simple. Put the patch over your lung, white on the right side, and then brown on the left. And then you also have the 3YH. 3YH, you have carnosine, aeon, and glutathione. We're not going to go into the challenge that you have while you're not able to breathe. But just know that carnosine does a lot of repairing. Aeon is to reduce the stress and inflammations that we have in our body. And then glutathione is to support our immune system. So understand the functions, the benefits of these three patches, and it can do a lot of things. So another ways that I patch using this 3YH, let's say you try the energies, you have Aeon or X39 behind the neck. You can also have a glutathione on your chest. You can put energy, glutathione on your sternum, and then you have Aeon behind the neck, and then trying to give yourself a few minutes to see if you can breathe better. Okay, if you notice that, okay, it feels like my lung is open up, air is able to go in, inhale, how do you feel? You feel like, oh, okay, it feels like there's no blockages, it's clearing up, then you're good. But if you have more challenge, and this one I'm gonna have to share with you based on my personal experience, just a few months ago, I have really hard time breathing. There are a few seconds that I feel like, oh, I don't think I'm getting air into my system. I was just having a really difficult time. And I tried something completely new, completely different. And I find that, wow, that works so well. And this is what I do. Okay, I'm gonna share with you a pictures.
Ooh, Nickie's secret patching.
Yeah. Yeah, so I use that 3YH and I put it kind of stacked on top of each other like a flower. So you have the Aeon, I put the color just to let you see how to stack them. So you have the Aeon, carnosines, and then you have the glutathione. You put it in the little flowers. So what I did was that I put two set of those just right over my lung. okay, right over my lung. And I noticed within the few minutes, I go, wow, it's actually working really good. So now remember, your lung is not just the front. A lung is actually pretty big, right? It's the front and the back. So I'm going to show you the next picture. So you can see your lung in the front and the back. So if you have challenge of breathing, you feel like, you know, your breathing is so shallow that you feel like you just lack of oxygen. Um, First of all, you do need to go see your doctors to make sure that you don't have any
What's going on right
issues.
now?
Okay, make sure that you give your doctors a visit and explain to your doctors your challenge. And in the meantime, you can also use the patch. Put the patches over your lung, either the front for one day and the next day behind you. Just kind of rotate back and forth. I remember we were out in Long Beach and providing this presentation. Um, and one of our distributors, actually both of them, we have Nina and her husband, both come to me and saying that, you know, Nickie, I'm just, you know, still having this discomfort of breathing. And I said, why don't you just, and actually they have some cough as well. So I said, you know what, why don't you just try the 3YH? I did that for myself and it works pretty good. Why don't you try it? And they did. Within 5-10 minutes, they came back to me and said, oh, wow, Nickie, that actually works really well for them. So that there you go. Try the 3YH just over your lung, the front and then the back, and then tell me how you feel. For
Yep.
most people,
Mhm.
this one day already take care of the discomfort.
That's awesome. See, but then this is a thing. For most people, they might say, wow, that's a lot of patches. Well, people, how desperate are you?
Yeah.
Okay, considering, would you rather go throughout the whole day or even weeks not being able to breathe well? Or do you want to spend a little money on yourself because you are worth it and
Yeah.
be able to breathe better a lot faster, right?
It's funny that you brought that up too, Julian. I have she's not a distributor, she is a long-time user. Okay, she is my customer. And she had the same challenge, the same time that I was not feeling well, that I have a little cold and hard time breathing. And when she called me, I was actually, you know, resting. And she called me, she said that she had the same problem.
Mm.
And then I said, okay, try the patch. And then the next day when I tried that for myself, I go, wow, this works really well. And then when she called me, I said, hey, do this. And then her response was exactly what you just said. That's a lot of patches. I'm not going to put 6 patches on my lung, and then you still have the X39 in the back. She said, no, there's a lot of patches at my age. I don't want to use so many. And I always give people a choice. I say, okay, that's fine. You know, I provide you a suggestions. Whether you follow or not is really up to you. And I think 2 weeks later, she called me. She said, Nickie, I'm still not feeling well.
Oh boy.
And I said, did you try the patches? She go, well, it was too many. And I said, well, it's your choice. I only patched one day and I was completely okay and back to work, while you using only 1 or 2 patches a day, and 2 weeks later you're still suffering. The
I
choice
believe
is yours.
probably about the same amount of patches.
She ended up use more than
Probably,
I suggest.
more. You're right. More
Uh-huh.
and 2 weeks wasted.
2 weeks wasted. That's the most important.
Mhm.
2 week downtime, while I only have a few hours downtime, and I just got back and continue working. So that is the most important. I'd rather feel like waste the patch, feel like I had a little bit too many on, which is okay to me. And if you calculate the patches, our price is what, about $2 each. So I
At
have,
most,
yeah,
with all the promos, I don't think it's ever.
okay, yeah, with 6 patches on, cost me what, $12, X39, double the price for $4. So let's say $16 plus tax and shipping. Let's call it a $20 of patches that I put on myself. Now, if I don't put on the patches, I have to take out of my time, go see a doctor, and I have to pay copay. Okay, and then what's the doctor going to do? The doctor is going to give me a prescription. here, go home, feel this and take this 3 times a day. Which is easier?
Well, I rather stay home and do this.
Yeah. So yes, see your doctors if you think you are have some kind of severe issue, or sometimes it can be a peace of mind to know that you don't have any whatever so-called name of a disease that the doctor is gonna decide to give it to you. Peace of mind, yes, go ahead and go see your doctor. Put the patches on and then go see your doctors. Maybe by the time you arrive the clinic, you already feel well, and that is the goal. That is the goal. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. So yeah, so I think we pretty much addressed whether it is from health challenges, whether you have congestion, from colds, flus, whatever it is,
Right.
and you have sinus issues. It's energy. If your sinus issues, white right, hand left below your eye, and either glutathione or eon. Me, I would personally put all 3 YAGs on because I just want to make sure I get everything covered and be able to, breathe better. But oh my goodness, in the last 8 years of using the patches, and I've always used our patches for general wellness, of course. I can't even remember the last time I actually used it for myself. But of course, we used it for others plenty of times, right? So when we patch others for sinus issues all blocked up, then white right, 10 left of the energy patches, and the 3 YAGs on the forehead will most of the time it just helps them to clear right up within minutes, where they're able to actually breathe better.
Right.
So, yeah.
That with that energy, just want to add a little bit to that. Patching for sinus, actually that is the first reason, the second reason that we joined LifeWave. The first was when a friend put a patches on Larry's back. So when he ride his motorcycle, he came home without pain. So that's when that really intrigued us to go learn more about LifeWave.
Right.
And we met this friend at a Starbucks. And during that time, Larry had a little running nose. So he put energy patches on his face, on just right here underneath his eye, in a coffee shop. Okay, so he said, okay, let's put these patches on you. And I believe Larry pulled out his watch and he started timing. And let me recall.
Just to try to prove our friend wrong, I remember.
Yes, okay. Being Larry's very stubborn, does your patch really work? Yeah. So I believe it was like in 3 minutes or so that his sinus actually closing, drying up, that he was not trying to hold it up anymore. So that was really amazing. That to him was like, wow, really?
And
are
I
you
remember
kidding?
though that Larry's that sinus issue was actually from allergies.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that was really fantastic.
Right.
So guys, it doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter why you need to breathe better, okay? Whether it's on the sinus or your chest issues, just use the patches.
Yes.
Just try the patches, and who knows? What if it actually works and you are able to take that deep breath in, right? Okay. All right.
Okay.
Anything else, sis?
I think that is it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. Okay. Well, everybody, thank you for joining us today. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to go ahead and send us the inquiry. And our next segment is actually gonna be on better sleep, right? And there's many reasons as to why people can't get that good, healing, rested sleep.
Right.
So we're going to go ahead and talk about that at our next segment. And Nickie, I'll just go ahead and leave it up to you to close us out.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Julian. For our audience, if you like what you learned from us, if you'd like us to share with you more different ways of patching, or if you have a patching that you'd like us to address, please go ahead and comment below. let us know what you would like to hear, and then we can cater our talks based on your needs. In the meantime, please like us and subscribe to our channel and stay connected with us so that every time we have a new a recording posted, you will be notified directly from YouTube. Thank you and have a great day.
Yeah, stay healthy and patch up every day with X39, glutathione, and neon.
Yes.
Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you at the next one.
Bye-bye.